What's up, friends? Welcome back to College Sports Corner. It is Thursday. Man, tournament started. Had a couple of play-in games the last couple of days. Tournament gets underway today. There are games going on right now as we are doing this. As soon as I get done here, I'm going to go check them out. We're going to go over everything that happened Sunday, tournament games and all that stuff, and get to the games Tuesday and Wednesday and what's going on today, tomorrow. Got a few news items here too. So before we start, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Once again, Thursday afternoon, almost the weekend. Hope you're having a great day. We're fixing to get some storms out here in southeast Texas. It is very gloomy outside, but we need the rain, so the yard needs it. All right, anyway, so let's get down to some news, okay? Remember Will Wade, LSU? He was being investigated for wiretaps by the FBI and level 1 and 2 violations. I think if I remember right, he got fired the night before the tournament started last year. I think this was it. Anyway, McNeese State down the road, and Lake Charles says, yeah, we don't care about that. We need a basketball coach. So they hired Will Wade as their new basketball coach. So see how that works out. Remember Chris Beard, fired from UT. Don't think we ever really got the whole story. Did he hit his girlfriend, choke his girlfriend, beat up his girlfriend, or was it his wife? I mean, I don't remember seeing the whole story. Maybe you guys did. Anyway, Texas got rid of him, and Texas is doing just fine without him. But Ole Miss says, hey, we want a basketball coach. We don't care what his ties are or what he's done. We need to win basketball bad. So Ole Miss hired him. And at the press conference, there were questions about his arrest. He sidestepped those, so not surprised. I mean, we're starting a new chapter. Who wants to talk about that? But reporters want to know. Probably some fans want to know too. But anyway, Chris Beard is your new Ole Miss basketball coach. Top 4 seeds were Bama, Purdue, Houston, Kansas. One of the guys on CBS, I forget which one it was, he was basically having a conniption because Kansas hadn't been named the top seed yet. I thought he was going to overturn the desk and riot in the streets or something. But then finally Kansas was named as number 4. And he finally calmed down. I forget who that was. But Georgia Tech hired former NBA star Damon Stoudemire as their new basketball coach. He coached Pacific from 2016 to 2021. Last 2 seasons, he's been a Boston Celtic assistant there. So Stoudemire, yeah, I remember him playing from his playing days in the NBA. Let's go see if he can turn things around Georgia Tech. We'll see what happens. Temple head coach Aaron McKee is no longer coach there for the Temple Owls, but he will stay as an advisor to the athletic department. I haven't seen who Temple's looking at or if they've even hired anybody yet. So, Brandon Miller for Alabama. He's getting threats, so he has hired armed security. I've always thought threatening players and coaches for stuff is just one of the dumbest things in the world. If you do that, you need to get a freaking life. It's a sport. Now, I know what he did is horrible. You know, I think we all know he took the gun to, I don't know if it was the crime scene or he took it to, those guys so they could commit a crime. But, man, threatening him, come on. He's probably going to have his day in court. In fact, the family of the deceased girl is probably going to sue him for wrongful death. So he's got a whole lot of stuff coming on. I don't know why you want to threaten him. I don't like the guy either, but I ain't going to threaten him. I mean, it's just, I don't know, that's just stupid. Quit doing that. If you're doing that, quit doing that. A couple football items here. Pretty interesting ones, too. Florida State and Georgia Tech will start the year out, 2024 football season, playing in Ireland. I wouldn't be surprised if that's on that Saturday they call week 0, which I don't know why, because all those games count. Just be called week 1, good God. Because that's what Nebraska and Northwestern did last season. Remember that they played that first Saturday when there was about 10 games maybe that first Saturday in August. So I'm guessing they're gonna do that. We'll see, that remains to be seen. Plus, it's still a whole year and a half away anyway. And on that note, LSU and USC will play in Las Vegas that same season, 2024. I saw the date, September 1st. I haven't looked that far ahead. I'm assuming it's a Saturday, but I mean, if September 21st, or I mean September 1st of 2024 is on Labor Day weekend, I don't know. September 1st might be a Sunday or Monday game. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't look that far on the calendar. Anyway, got a couple good games. Well, Florida State, Georgia Tech. Unless Georgia Tech does some dramatic improvement here in the next year and a half, may not be too good of a game. But hey, LSU, they're doing better on the rise with Brian Kelly. A lot of people thought USC was going to be in the Final Four playoff. Didn't happen. So where will USC be? I would imagine they're still going to be, in 2024 top of the teams. So that could be a damn good game. So we'll just keep an eye on LSU and USC this next season. See what happens. Hey, good news. Virginia running back Mike Hollins. Remember, he was one of the guys shot on the bus when and 3 of his teammates were murdered. If I remember right, an ex-player did it for some stupid reason. That was 4 months ago. He's back on the practice field, I guess, for spring practice. Good for him, man. Good for fighting back from those injuries, and wish him well. Really do wish him well. I don't know what to make of this. The House committee will hold hearings on NIL rights under the new NCAA president. God, what, the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years, has the government even been worth a damn? And now they're gonna do this, hold hearings on NIL. I mean, let's face it, look what we've seen in the last 15, 20 years. The United States government aren't the smartest bunch of people. So they're going to improve this somehow, or I don't know. Hey, if you got faith in the government, good for you. I don't, and I don't know. I think maybe a room full of coffee tables could get something done better than a House committee. So that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, hey, I'm sure you got opinions I don't like. Okay, so let's go back to Sunday. Go with these championship games real quick. ACC or AAC, I'm sorry, AAC championship. Memphis beat number 1 Houston by 10 points. Houston actually led by 20 at one point. Memphis' Davis, 31 points, 5 rebounds, followed by Williams, 16 points, 13 rebounds. U of H's Sheed, 16 points, Walker, 13 points, Roberts, 12 points, 20 rebounds. U of H, 31% from the field. Memphis, 51% from the field. So I know U of H had their star guy out. Could have something to do with it. But when he went out the game before, everybody else stepped up and helped win that game. So SEC championship game, number 4 Alabama beat number 18 Texas A&M pretty handily, 82-63. Miller for Alabama, 23 points, 12 rebounds. He made 4 3-pointers. Quinterly, 22 points. He made 4 3-pointers. Bama was 27 for 66 from the field. They made 12 3-pointers in this game total. A&M's Dennis, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Taylor the fourth had an off game, I guess. He only scored 13. A&M was 19 for 64 from the field. That's not going to beat Alabama. They actually down by 25 points at 1/2. This game, Alabama winning, actually snaps a 5-game losing streak to the Aggies. So there you go. Big Ten championship game, number 5 Purdue beat Penn State by 2, 67-65. Edey once again did it for Purdue. It seems like he's had a couple off games in this last couple weeks, but he's back on it. 30 points, 13 rebounds. Jenkins Jr. came off the bench, 11 points for Purdue. Purdue was 24 for 62 from the field, led by 17 points at one point in this game. Penn State's Lundy, 19 points, 8 rebounds. He hit 3 3-pointers. Winter, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 28 for 51 from the field. Penn State they made 93% of their free throws. So, anyway, Purdue's your Big Ten champion. Ivy League champion, Princeton. Princeton beat Yale 94-65. 74-65, I'm sorry. I do not know how to say this guy's name, but I'm going to attempt it, even though I'm going to butcher it. Ubamwan, Ubamon, something. I'm not sure how to say it. Anyway, he led the way for Princeton, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Yale's Mabing, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Princeton, 27 for 57 from the field. They made 9 3-pointers. They were 79% from the free throw line. Yale, 22 for 50, 8 3-pointers in this one. They were 68% from the free throw line. Atlantic 10 champion. VCU beat Dayton, 68-56. VCU's Baldwin Jr., 16.7 rebounds, or 7 assists, I'm sorry. DeLoach and Watkins, 13 points each. VCU was 24 for 52 from the field, 60% free throw shooting. Holmes the second for Dayton, 28 points, 16 rebounds. Amzil, 17 points, 5 rebounds. Dayton was 18 for 56 from the field, 85% from the free throw line. Dayton actually led this game by 6 at halftime and let VCU get back into it and win the conference championship. Let's cover some of these women's, man. They're done. AAC championship, East Carolina beat Houston. Big 12 championship, Iowa State beat Texas. Patriot League, Holy Cross beat Boston University. Northeastern Conference, Sacred Heart beat Fairleigh Dickinson. CAA championship, Monmouth beat Towson. MVC championship, Drake beat Belmont. Conference USA, Middle Tennessee beat Northern Kentucky. MAC championship, Toledo beat Bowling Green. America East, Vermont beat Albany. Mountain West, UNLV beat Wyoming. The SWAC, Southern beat Arkansas Pine Bluff. The MAC, Iona beat Manhattan. The MEAC, Norfolk State beat Howard. Ivy League, Princeton beat Harvard. So both the men's and the women's team at Princeton are conference champions. Way to go. Big West, Hawaii beat UC Santa Barbara. WAC. So speaking of that, Hawaii had a good men's team too. So they always usually have a good baseball and softball team. So if they can get that football program turned around, it's gonna be nice being a student at Hawaii, other than it's in Hawaii. WAC, Southern Utah beat Cal Baptist. The ASUN, Florida Gulf Coast beat Liberty. Southland, Southeast Louisiana beat Lamar. Big Sky, Sacramento State beat Northern Arizona. West Coast, Portland beat Gonzaga. Horizon, Cleveland State beat Green Bay. Summit League, South Dakota State beat Omaha. Big East, UConn beat Villanova. Sunbelt, James Madison beat Texas State by 30. Big South, Gardner-Webb beat High Point. SEC, South Carolina beat Tennessee. I think we all expected South Carolina to win the conference championship every year, but they just affirmed it and did it. Big Ten, Iowa beat Ohio State. ACC, Va-Tech beat Louisville. At least one of the teams of Louisville's basketball teams of Louisville's good. Women's team. Pac-12, Washington State beat UCLA. Good for the Cougars. Southern Conference, Chattanooga beat Wofford. Atlantic 10, St. Louis beat UMass. All right, Tuesday and Wednesday playing games. Tuesday, Texas A&M Corpus Christi beat Southeast Missouri State 75-71. A&M Corpus Christi, Jackson 22.6 rebounds. They were 22 for 57 from the field. They made 4 3-pointers in this game. 27 for 35 from the free throw line. They grabbed 45 rebounds in this one. Southeast Missouri State, Harris had 23 points. They were 27 for 57 from the field. 8 3-pointers in this one. 9 for 20 from the free throw line. That is not good. And 11 steals. So Texas A&M Corpus Christi will play Alabama tonight. The other one, Pittsburgh beat Mississippi State 60-59. Pittsburgh's Cummings, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. They were 21 for 54 from the field. They made 9 3-pointers in this game, grabbed 28 rebounds. Mississippi State's Davis, 15 points, 5 assists, 24 for 63 from the field. They made 6 3-pointers in this game. They grabbed 49 rebounds. Now rebounded them. But they had 14 turnovers in that game. So Pitt wins, and they will play Iowa State tomorrow. Mississippi State, if I remember right, was it December and into January? They were ranked like they're in the top 3. And then, they got into conference play, and It just wasn't happening for him. Last night, Fairleigh Dickinson beat Texas Southern 84-61. Almanor for Fairleigh Dickinson, 23 points, 8 rebounds. He made 5 3-pointers in that game. They were 23 for 46 from the field. They made 11 total 3-pointers. 27 for 31 from the free throw line. Texas Southern's Walker III, 22 points, 4 rebounds. 26 for 62 from the field. They only made 1 3-point shot in this game. 8 out of 9 free throws they made, but each team had 14 turnovers. Fairleigh Dickinson gets to play Purdue and Zach Edey. Looks like tomorrow, I think it is. Let's see, Arizona State. The other game, Arizona State last night beat Nevada, 98-73. Arizona State's Horn, 4 3-pointers in this one. They were 35 for 55 from the field, 17 for 24 from the free throw. They made 11 3-pointers in total. Nevada's Baker, 17.6 rebounds. They were 25 for 52 from the field. They made 11 3-pointers also. 12 for 14 from the free throw line. They did have 11 turnovers in this game. So question here. If you're in a play-in game and you lose, go home, don't even really get to participate in the tournament, are you glad you played, or you just wish season would have ended after the conference champion tournament or whatever, and you just went home? I mean, I don't know. It just seems like, there's always a chance, but it just seems like a wasted effort if you don't win. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. All right, so interesting games. Some of them are being played today and tomorrow. When these came out in the South, Maryland and West Virginia, South Virginia and Furman, San Diego State and Charleston, Creighton and NC State, Mizzou and Utah State, Arizona and Princeton. All these look like pretty good games. In the East, Tennessee and Louisiana. Louisiana's playing good ball. Tennessee, I don't know what their deal is. They played great ball. Then towards the end of the season, they played great ball through like 3/4 of the game. And the last quarter of the game, they lost some games. So that one could be an interesting one. Memphis, Florida Atlantic. That could be a good one. Duke and Oral Roberts could be a good one. Kentucky and Providence, probably going to be a good one. Michigan State, USC could be. Marquette and Vermont. In the Midwest, Iowa, Auburn, good one. Indiana, Kent State, that could be a good one too. Xavier and Kennesaw State, that could be a good one too. These smaller conference team schools, they play good basketball. Texas A&M, Penn State should be pretty good. Texas and Colgate. Colgate's another one that's playing good ball. Texas is a great team, but hey, how many times have we seen a small school beat a big school in this tournament? West, Arkansas, Illinois, St. Mary's, VCU. Some of the people on TV are calling VCU to upset St. Mary's. So, UConn, Iona, Gonzaga, Grand Canyon, Northwestern, Boise State. Those are some interesting games here coming up. Okay, so today, and like I said, there's a couple of these, probably more than that, that have already started. I'm fixing to go check them out in a minute. West Virginia and Maryland. Number 13, 27-7 Furman versus number 4, 25-7 Virginia. Number 10, 26-8 Utah State versus number 7, 24-9 Missouri. Number 12, 31-3 Charleston versus number 5, 27-6 San Diego State. Number 15, 21-8 Princeton versus number 2, 28-6 Arizona. Number 9, Illinois versus number 8 Arkansas. Number 9, Auburn versus number 8 Iowa. Number 12, Oral Roberts versus number 5 Duke. Number 15, Colgate versus number 10, or number 2, Texas. Number 10, Boise State versus number 7, Northwestern. Number 13, Louisiana versus number 4, Tennessee. It's the one we just talked about. We definitely want to see that one. Number 10, Penn State versus number 7, Texas A&M. Number 15, UNC Asheville versus number 2, UCLA. All these games have the potential for an upset because a lot of these teams are playing some really good teams that they probably just don't know about. Is it going to happen? Hey, it can happen. We've seen it. May not happen, but still interesting enough to check these out to see if that takes place, if that happens. Okay, Friday, USC versus Michigan State. Number 14, Kennesaw State versus number 3, Gonzaga. Number 14, UC Santa Barbara versus number 3, Baylor. Number 12, VCU versus number 5, St. Mary's. Number 11, Pittsburgh versus number 6, Iowa State. Number 13, Iona versus number 4, UConn. Number 11, Providence versus number 6, Kentucky. Number 12, Drake versus number 5, Miami. Number 9, Florida Atlantic. We already talked about that one, didn't we? Florida Atlantic versus number 8, Memphis. Number 14, Montana State versus number 3, Kansas State. That could be a good one there. Number 13, Kent State versus number 4, Indiana. That could be a damn good one there. Like I said, we've seen upsets happen. They might. So keep an eye on them. That is it for Thursday and Friday games. And then Saturday and Sunday, we got some good ones too. So that is it. It is, what time is it now? It's almost 1:30 here Central Time. That means the work day is halfway over. Get through that. Hey, I hope you're watching basketball right now. I hope you can watch it at work. Watch it on your phone or something. I mean, that will make the day go by so faster. And then tomorrow's Friday. Watch basketball tomorrow. That'll make the work day go by faster, than the weekend will be here. So anyway, yeah, watch the basketball. Make the weekend get here sooner. We'll be back on Sunday. Recap everything that happened today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Anyway, y'all be safe. Have a good one. We will see you back on Sunday.